Good afternoon, friends. Hope you're all hanging in there. Gonna switch it up a little bit today, and I promise next time we'll go back to books about farts and boogers and all kinds of funny things. And Janet's behind the camera there trying not to crack up as I talk. Say hi to the kids, Janet.
Hi to the kids, Janet.
Today, I'm gonna read a couple of books about respect and understanding. And the first one is a stone cold classic by Mr. Theodore Geisel, who you know better as Dr. Seuss, and that book is called The Sneetches. Now the star-belly Sneetches had bellies with stars, and the plain-belly Sneetches had none upon theirs. Those stars weren't so big. They were really so small that you might think such a thing wouldn't matter at all. But because they had stars, all the star-belly Sneetches would brag, "We're the best kind of Sneetches on the beaches." With their snoots in the air, they would sniff and they'd snort. "We'll have nothing to do with the plain-belly sort." And whenever they met some, when they were out walking, they'd hike right on past them without even talking. And when the star-belly children went out to play ball, could a plain belly get in the game? No, not at all. You only could play if your bellies had stars, and the plain belly children had none upon theirs. When the star-belly Sneetches had Frankfurter roasts, or picnics, or parties, or marshmallow toasts, they never invited the plain-belly Sneetches. They left them out cold, in the dark of the beaches. They kept them away, never let one come near, and that's how they treated them year after year. But then one day, it seems, while the plain-belly Sneetches were moping and doping alone on the beaches, just sitting there wishing their bellies had stars, a stranger zipped up in the strangest of cars. "My friends," he announced, in a voice clear and keen, "my name is Sylvester McMonkey McBean. And I've heard of your troubles. I've heard you're unhappy, but I can fix that. I'm the fix-it-up chappie. I've come here to help you. I have what you need, and my prices are low, and I work at great speed, and my work is 100% guaranteed." Then quickly, Sylvester McMonkey McBean put together a very peculiar machine, and he said, "You want stars like a star-belly Sneetch? My friends, you can have them for $3 each. Just pay me your money and hop right aboard." So they clambered inside, then the big machine roared, and it clonked, and it bonked, and it jerked, and it burked, and it bopped them about, but the thing really worked. When the plain-belly Sneetches popped out, they had stars! They actually did! They had stars upon theirs! Then they yelled at the ones who had stars at the start, "We're exactly like you! You can't tell us apart! We're all just the same now, you snooty old smarties! And now we can go to your Frankfurter parties!" "Oh, good grief," groaned the ones who had stars at the first. "Well, we're still the best Sneetches, and they are the worst. But now, how in the world will we know," they all frowned, "if which kind is what, or the other way round?" Then up came Mr. McBean with a very sly wink, and he said, "Things are not quite as bad as you think." "So you don't know who's who. That's perfectly true. But come with me, friends. Do you know what I'll do? I'll make you, again, the best Sneetches on beaches. And all it will cost you is $10 eaches." "Belly stars are no longer in style," said McBean. "What you need is a trip through my star-off machine. This wondrous contraption will take off your stars, so you won't look like Sneetches who have them on theirs. And that handy machine, working precisely, removed all the stars from their tummies quite nicely." And then with snoots in the air, they paraded about, And they opened their beaks and they let out a shout, "We know who's who! Now there isn't a doubt! The best kind of Sneetches are Sneetches without!" Then, of course, those with stars all got frightfully mad. To be wearing a star now was frightfully bad. Then, of course, old Sylvester McMonkey McBean invited them to his star-off machine. Then, of course, from then on, as you probably guess, things really got into a horrible mess. All the rest of that day, on those wild screaming beaches, the fix-it-up chappie kept fixing up Sneetches. Off again, on again, in again, out again. Though through the machine, they raced round and about again, changing their stars every minute or two. They kept paying money, they kept running through until neither the plane nor the starbellies knew whether this one was that one, or that one was this one, or which one was what one, or what one was who. Then, when every last cent of their money was spent, the fix-it-up chappie packed up and he went. And he laughed as he drove in his car up the beach. That will teach them. No, you can't teach a Sneetch. But McBeam was quite wrong. I'm quite happy to say that the Sneetches got really quite smart on that day. The day they decided that Sneetches are Sneetches, and no kind of Sneetch is the best on the beaches. That day, all the Sneetches forgot about stars, and whether they had one or not, upon thars.
Yay!
I'll be right with you. So, I hope you enjoyed that. My next book for this afternoon is called We're All Wonders, and it is written by R.J. Palacio, who of course is also the author of the incredible young adult novel Wonder, which if any of our older listeners are tuning in today and you haven't read, I highly, strongly recommend. So. You ready, Janet?
I'm ready, Dave.
All right. I know I'm not an ordinary kid. Sure, I do ordinary things. I ride a bike. I eat ice cream. I play ball. I just don't look ordinary. I don't look like other kids. My mom says I'm unique. She says I'm a wonder. My dog Daisy agrees. But some people don't see that I'm a wonder. All they see is how different I look. Sometimes they stare at me. They point or laugh. They even say mean things behind my back. But I can hear them. It hurts my feelings. And it hurts Daisy's feelings too. When that happens, I put on my helmet. I put Daisy's helmet on too. And then we blast off. Up, 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 up through the clouds, across the galaxy, all the way to Pluto. We say hello to old friends. From far away, the Earth looks so small. I can't see any people, but I know they're there. Billions of people. People of all different colors. People who walk and talk differently. People who look different, like me. And the Earth is big enough for all kinds of people. I know I can't change the way I look, but maybe, just maybe, people can change the way that they see. And if they do, they'll see that I'm a wonder. And they'll see that they're wonders too. We're all wonders. Look with kindness, and you will always find wonder. I'm going to wrap it up here pretty soon, but I want to take just a moment and acknowledge something. In that our country and the world at large is going through kind of a tough time right now. And it's almost like everyone is collectively having a really bad tummy ache or a stomach bug all over the land, you know. And when you get to feeling bad, you need good medicine. And I feel like in this case, the best medicine that we can give each other is kindness and respect and a little bit of love. And before I peace out here, I want to share with you some of my favorite quotes on those various subjects, if you'll listen to me for just another 90 seconds. Janet, you think you can handle another 90 seconds?
Oh, I think we can.
All right. Kindness is the language which the deaf can hear and the blind can see. Mark Twain, iconic American author. You can be rich in spirit, kindness, love, and all those things you can't put on a dollar sign. Dolly Parton, country singer. Human kindness has never weakened the stamina or softened the fiber of a free people. A nation does not have to be cruel to be tough. Franklin Delano Roosevelt, former President of the United States of America. Unless someone like you cares a whole awful lot, nothing is going to get better. It's not. Dr. Seuss, children's author. How lovely to think that no one need wait a moment. We can start now. Start slowly changing the world. How lovely that everyone, great and small, can make their contribution toward introducing justice straight away. And you can always, always give something, even if it is only kindness. Anne Frank, Holocaust victim. And lastly, love is the only force capable of transforming an enemy into a friend. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., civil rights leader. And so until next time, when we see each other again, be excellent to